Honey, there's an infected in town again. You know what we gotta do. Yeah, sure do, honey. I'll go get the hammer. I'll take care of it. When Evil Lurks, released in 2023, and is directed by Damian Rugna, who made his feature-length directorial debut with this movie. And this film is starring Enrique Rodriguez, Damian Salomon, Luis Ziembrowski, Silvia Sabater, and Marcelo Michinu. And the reason why we're talking about When Evil Lurks today is because it was a PayPal recommendation and donation from a longtime contributor and supporter of this channel, Dr. Camp. Thank you very much for this recommendation, getting it in right under the wire for the month of October for Halloween season. So again, thank you very much. If anyone else out there also wants to be like Dr. Camp and help support me and contribute to this channel, you can select the QR code that is in the bottom left corner of your screen right now. Send over your donation of $5 or more with your movie recommendation, and if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, and give you a little shout out just like what I did with Dr. Camp here. Pedro and Jaime are two brothers who discover an old shack with a family that is housing a possessed or infected person. And once they see this, they do all that they can to dispose of this infected person, get it out of its town. But they are still seeing weird shit happen all across the town, with animals and dogs biting children and goats being dicks to its farmers. So the brothers try to grab all their family members from town and try to escape. Unfortunately, whatever this evil presence is, which we later find out, I guess, minor spoiler, it's on the poster, it's in the description of the movie, it's in the trailer. The Antichrist is being born, or is it a demon? I don't know. There's a lot in this movie. It felt like this was a sequel to something. That's my main thesis of this review, is that this movie is aware of a lot of things in this universe, but this audience member is not. And I don't think that's because I'm ignorant, because, I mean, I'm not the smartest person, but gosh, these guys just seem to know what's going on all throughout the town. Immediately when they see the just gluttonous mass of this dude in this ranch, it's so freaking disgusting, he immediately calls his ex-wife and he wants to come pick up the kids, and he's talking about how there's an infected in town. I believe that's the term that they use. It could have been something else, but it was a term like that, infected, and it felt like, have you been in other towns before that you've seen these possessed people? Like, is this a known thing? If this is a known thing and you're still sticking in the area of all these possessed people and what they're doing, like, why are you still in this area? Why have you not left the country? I mean, that's what I would have done if I knew that there were a whole bunch of legit infected people in my area that were possessed and the devil was real and dogs were coming after children, but not really. They were just tricking you, but not really. They were actually happening and attacking people. Mothers were eating their children, but not really, but then they were eating their children again, then yeah, I would skip town too. I know this movie got a lot of rave reviews, and I'm a little shocked about that, because after I watched this movie, I was very confused, and there were a lot of, like, blocking choices and story devices in here that tried to lend itself towards thriller and scary situations. But if you take a step back and actually look at what happened, it's actually pretty ridiculous. In our final moments, when they're in the gymnasium slash theater of that elementary school, and the lady who apparently knows all of this stuff, and they just randomly decided to go over to her house, but thank God they did, because she's the only one who can do the thing, to stop the thing, to save the thing, trademark. So she's setting up her device on the stage, because they found the gluttonous mass somehow in the orchestra pit of this theater, and the woman tells the guy, go out to the car and get something, and he has to walk by all of the possessed children to do so. So he does, and then he comes back, and they haven't moved at all. Like, they haven't attacked her at all. But he comes back and gives her the thing. So she starts setting up her little device, but then they start tempting the guy with, hey, your wife is calling, or someone is dead. Oh, go talk to your kid. He's in the other room. And then he goes and does that. Then they lock him in the room, And then they slowly walk over to the woman, and the woman, while he's going, is like, no, don't leave me alone. No, don't leave me alone with the children. Don't leave me alone with the children. Even though he literally just left her alone with the children, and she ended up fine. This time, she's like, no, it's the children. Don't leave me alone with the children, no. So they lock him in the room, and then they have their way with this woman. Very slowly, I may add. Like, I'm pretty sure she could have outran them, because they were just slow walking. But apparently they got to her. It's a lot of instances like that, where you see someone slowly walking and someone watching the said slowly walking, and then the evil thing happens in here. It's like that scene in Monty Python, the Holy Grail, and you have those two guards outside the castle, and Lancelot is running towards the camera, and it cuts to him like 5 times before he catches up and stabs them and storms the castle all by himself. It's basically like that. It's all these people just standing around looking at the evil things, and then doing a stupid thing, and just standing there, or gosh, I gotta drive my car because I gotta get to this place to save my brother and to save my family, but oh look, there's the evil ex-wife who's literally eating her child. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna run her over and I'm gonna ram my car into a tree so that I can no longer drive my car. When you didn't need to do that. You could have just ran her over maybe a couple of times to make sure she was dead and then continued on, but no. Your dumbass decided the only way to take care of her is to drive my car into a tree through her, and then therefore I don't have a car and I have to walk to the destination that I'm desperately trying to get to in a fast amount of time. I'm discovering that I liked this movie less and less the more I talk about it. It was just confusing at first, but now outwardly vocalizing the events that actually happen in here, yeah, this film is not as good as people say it is. I know people are praising it because it's a different way of telling a thriller story. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's different. Sure, it takes longer time in establishing the tension in places. Sure, it's different. But different doesn't necessarily mean good. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass, and if you want to check this movie out, please know that it is in Spanish, so if you are of an English-speaking country like myself, get used to it. You can read subtitles. You're an adult. It irks me when someone tells me that I just can't watch a movie that's not in my language. I can't read subtitles. Oh, it's bullshit. You can read it. Give yourself 5 to 10 minutes, and you'll completely adapt to the storytelling device, and you'll move along. Just chill the F out. But if you do want to check this movie out for yourself, there are a couple of creepy sequences in here. The poster has this woman with this axe that's pointing towards her. I mean, that was a pretty gruesome scene, in my opinion. But I hope I'm not the only one who watched this film and just felt very underwhelmed by everything. The evil is lurking. It's lurking. Oh, it's definitely lurking. And it's taking its time lurking. And it's lurking around a whole bunch of dumbass people. Just lurking around the dumb. I'm going to give When Evil Lurks 2 out of 5 Blu-rays. I've had better. So guys, if you've seen When Evil Lurks, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across because of this video, then comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so the next time I'm releasing my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.